Hey everyone, how you doing today? So I had a question yesterday from a young man talking about, hey, I've been following you a while. He's trying to figure it out, right? I think my guess is 19 or 20, and he had kind of a simple question, and I gave him some answers, but I told him, to stay tuned, and I'd create a video about it, and that is, why do I like being a real estate investor? Uh, Obviously it's done quite well for me, but I wanted to answer this question from my early years, right? Maybe the first 5 years, right? When we only had 7 or 8 houses. So I tried to put myself in that mindset, and I came up with 10 reasons, and I'm going to share them with you here momentarily. I did the normal PowerPoint, so it's easier for me to look at and I don't forget anything. But do me a favor, if you're watching this, tell me why you like real estate investing. Leave comments below. I'd love to start an interaction. Share this with your friends. Ask them why they like real estate investing. I really want to know. So this is my 10 reasons why. Let me share it and bring it up for you. All right, hopefully you can see that. And we will go bigger for you. Okay, so here are my 10 reasons. And again, these are just mine. I'd love to hear from you. What are your reasons? So first and foremost, I really didn't get this in the beginning, right? I was fixated on Rich Dad Poor Dad talking about the 80 bucks, the 100 bucks. But something I've quickly realized, actually, I shouldn't say quickly, right? It probably took me a decade to figure this stuff out, which is embarrassing. But um, somebody else is buying my asset. I still can't think of anything else in this world that someone else buys for me that my family can benefit from. This is why I keep telling you the rich are laughing at us, right? The rich sacrifice early. They make decisions. They're always trying to add more assets. And then as time goes by, somebody else buys it for you. I mean, that's just magical. That's why I think so many of you should just focus on getting one, right? Go from 0 to 1. Get one rental. Conservatively finance it. Don't do 20% down, do 30. Let's be conservative. You don't want to add stress if the economy tweaks or goes the wrong direction. You want to hold for the long term. So the ability to have an asset that you put 30% down and somebody else pays for, I mean, I fundamentally can't believe there's anything better than that. And again, I just admitted I didn't understand this when I started. I was too fixated on cash flow. And I should have said, wow, somebody's going to buy my asset for me. I can keep working during the day and somebody else is adding to my financial future. Just beautiful. Fixed rate debt in an inflationary environment. When you think about real estate investing, the way I do it, the way I talk about it in one rental at a time, the way I teach my students is go get long-term fixed rate debt, because you can argue about deflation, inflation in any one year. I do not think anybody who could rationally think that we won't have inflation over the next 10 to 20 years. We are printing so many dollars in a world of fixed things that the dollar has to depreciate, and the things that are indexed or attached to dollar values has to go up. It's almost as simple as supply and demand. So if you can go out today or maybe 2020 and get fixed rate loans at 3, 4, 5, 6%, and inflation goes 2, 3%, you're really only paying 3, and you have tax savings and all these other benefits. Again, I just don't know of a better way to get a better financial future than to conservatively finance income properties. I didn't appreciate this in the beginning either. We get to control an appreciating asset. Sorry, need more coffee. With a fraction of the cost, right? You go get a 70% loan LTV and you put down 30, you control all the asset. You get all the appreciation. You get all the mortgage pay down. The bank's just getting a little coupon, which, oh, by the way, somebody else is paying for back to 0.1. So you're sitting back. This is what the rich do. This is why they're laughing at us. The rich are laughing at us. It's not okay. They're controlling assets that appreciate over time. They plan to hold them for a long time. They don't want to flip them. They don't want active income. The rich want to own them forever. So follow what they do. This is what they do. Depreciation can hide positive cash flow. This is a big one for busy employees who think they're paying too much taxes, or frankly are paying too much taxes. Let me strike out the think, because in California, I was routinely paying over 50% income tax. Crazy, right? You make 100 grand a year, you actually collect 50. Actually, it's more like 46 or 44. It's terrible. So, but if you have an asset, say 70% LTV, you have interest write-off, depreciation. The depreciation can actually hide your positive cash flow in most cases. Do the math, talk to your accountant, do all those things, but just do the math. It is certainly possible that depreciation hides your $100 in cash, positive cash flow. So you get to keep it. You know, obviously you pay it back when you sell, or if you ever sell, depreciation recapture and all that stuff. Again, talk to your accountant. But it is absolutely possible, and many of the rich do this. This is why the rich pay no taxes, or at least one of the reasons, because they know how to use depreciation to write it off against, positive cash flow, and in their cases, active income, because they are real estate professionals or some other designation. You can spend as little or as much time as you want. This is a big one for me. When I started, for the first 10 years, I had about 15 minutes a day. I was a dad raising a daughter. I had a crazy busy work life. I tried to exercise when I could. I was on airplanes way too much. So 15 minutes a day was enough for me to get started, one rental at a time. Now that I'm out, I'm spending a couple hours a day, but still not crazy. You get to decide how much. Do you want to go full-time, part-time? I strongly recommend part-time for most people, right? Bust your butt during the day and find time in the evenings or mornings or weekends or whatever works for you. But you get to decide. These are choices you get to make. I believe the skills can be learned, and most importantly, they don't age out. For example, what I meant by age out is, we all know that professional athletes have short careers because their bodies give out, or the new ones are faster, or whatever. Once you learn your market and you learn the skills that I teach in my course, you never lose it, right? Maybe you learn how, maybe you're like me and you live in Silicon Valley, and you want to learn Fresno. Well, great, learn Fresno. But then as you grow, as you get older and you go get married, you want to move to Texas, great, move to Texas, go learn Dallas, go learn Austin. Well, as you get older, maybe you want to go to Florida, great, go learn Florida. Once you learn how to learn a market, you don't ever lose it. So it's just a skill that you can take into the future and will make you more financially secure, regardless of where you're living. So learn your market. And if you don't know how, I'm here to help, but you've got to learn your market. I truly like helping people. In the beginning, it was just providing a safe and secure place for people to live. I always took care of my properties. Nobody could ever accuse me of being a slumlord. At least I hope not. I guess you could accuse me, but I don't think it'd be right. And now I'm even going a step further. Obviously, there's this channel helping educate and inspire, but I'm taking ugly slumlord properties, spending big money fixing them up, creating the best places people have ever rented, and it's helping neighborhoods and tenants and investors, because I'm my partners, and there's just so much going on. It's so much fun to help people, and it doesn't matter what you're doing in real estate. It's a people business, so you will be helping people. Here's the big one, right? You can provide a better financial future with very little effort. And this, again, is something I got wrong, or at least I misunderstood. I was too focused on the rich dad story of $80 cash flow from a freaking condo. It doesn't matter. That was enough to get me started, so good on him. But what I really need to understand is these assets are being bought by someone else. And even if I only had 4, my future would be so much brighter, because I started when I was 30, and if I only ever got 4, by the time I got 60, they would be paid off. They'd be worth double or triple what I bought them for. They'd have income. I could sell them, refi them, whatever I wanted to do. My financial future would simply be better having 1, 2, 3, or 4 rentals. And this is what I want for you. Financial freedom is hard. Don't believe anybody that tells you it's easy. It's hard. It takes time. However, a better financial future is absolutely easy. You get 1 rental and pay it off over time, your future is better. Getting 1 rental improves your financial future. It is easy. Learn your market, be conservative, all the stuff I talk about, but you can do it. You can provide financial freedom with a decade of focused execution and consistency. If you are like me and you are focused on financial freedom, you want a better future for your family and your kids, and you're willing to make decisions today that feel uncomfortable, you can absolutely have financial freedom in the future. You need to think in decades, though. Financial freedom is built one rental at a time. As you go through and you pay down and 1031 exchange and upgrade and do all these things, you absolutely can achieve financial freedom. It is going to take a decade. So don't get fixated on this year, next year. Don't think in months or years, think in decades. If you're willing to do that, you can absolutely have financial freedom. But again, financial freedom is hard. A better financial future is easy. So please pick your route. Here's a big one for me, and I again didn't get this in the beginning, is you only have to be good at one thing in real estate investing. Luckily enough, I was so focused and had so little time. All I could do was buy one rental at a time. And again, I bought all my stuff out of the multiple listing service. I had no marketing, no network, no driving for dollars, no wholesalers, nobody helping me. I simply went online, looked at realtor.com or Zillow of the day. When I started, those didn't exist, but you get my point. And I made offers because I knew my market. I learned them. Sometimes I'd offer lists, sometimes I'd offer a lot less. But what I mean by this point is I only had to be good at that. I didn't have to be a good flipper. I didn't have to be a good note investor. I didn't have to be good storage units. I didn't have to be good at anything else. I just had to be good buy one rental at a time. And that's enough. You have a better financial future with just that. So in the end, these are my 10. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? Why do you like real estate investing? I'd really love to hear from you. Do me a favor, you're still watching, you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Love to see this channel grow. Share this video with others. I'd love, again, that any help you can give me in growing the channel would be greatly appreciated. All right, everybody. Again, let me know what you think below. Take care.